What's going on, everyone? Nico here with the wooden spoon. We are solo on this episode of the sit down. So I just hit the record button and I just kicked my camera. We are off to a great start. Let's go. Okay. I hit the record button to start this, and I'm in Queens. I'm in Bellerose, Queens right now, doing a solo episode, hanging out here for a little bit. And I hit the record button, and some guy outside just screamed something in Spanish to God knows who. So I had to restart it. So we're off to a really good start for the podcast. But before we even get in deeper with the podcast, I want to say that we're having a sale on the woodenspoonstore.com for Father's Day. Big day coming up for the fathers, the nonos, the Zios, all you guys. So if you go to the woodenspoonstore.com and use code DAD, D-A-D, you're going to get 15% off your entire purchase, whether it's the new custom spoons like this one says, forget about it, forget about it. Or I'm in Queens, or I'm close to Brooklyn, whatever. Get the custom ones, have it say whatever you want. Get one of the preloaded phrases like forget about it, no, Zio, Papa. You could also get your dad the big wooden spoon. If you really, really love him, you'll get him the big wooden spoon. I promise. This is a gift. Everybody who's bought this gift, they message me back and they say how much the fam absolutely loved it, no matter who they got it for. It's a dangerous gift to give, especially your dad, because he could just turn around and just pop you with it. But go to the woodenspoonstore.com, use code DAD, 15% off your purchase now until Father's Day. So let's get into the show. Yeah, so like I said, I'm in New York, so I feel like I'll just update you guys. I stayed at the Spoonian, if you will. That was a horrible joke. Sorry for that. State of the Spoonian. Yeah, no. So I came to New York. I have some business to do, some personal stuff too, but came here, have some contacts. I love coming down to New York, visiting the guys from Growing Up Italian, which I still haven't done yet. Well, we'll do that this week. Some stuff on the horizon. Got to meet up with a friend of mine and fellow Italian American influencer, Jackie Neese. I shot over to New Jersey, and we shot some content over there in Jersey with her. She's absolutely great. You're going to have to check that out when it comes out. Of course, we'll blow it up on social media. Yeah, so we did kind of like New York versus New Jersey pizza tastings, and some of it was a little could have been biased, but also I brought in a pizza from from Queens and drove it all the way to New Jersey. And for you guys that don't know, it's like 3 miles, but it's really like 14 hours. I'm just kidding. It's like 30 miles away, but it's literally like a 1 hour, 15-minute drive. It's like you're so close. That's what's crazy about New York. For those of you who haven't visited New York, I highly recommend at least coming out once to see in the absolute anarchy that is New York City. But okay, so I'm in Queens. Say I want to go to Times. First off, why would you ever want to go to Times Square? But we're going to say it for just because everybody knows what Times Square is. It's in the heart of Manhattan. And so if I want to go to Queens, Manhattan, there's two things I could do. I could drive my car and maybe find parking, and it would still take me about an hour, even though it's like 15 miles away. Or I could take a bus from where I am in Queens, like 30 stops, hop on a train, take the train in, and it's still going to take me about an hour. So it's like, what do they say in a Bronx Tale? He goes, something 3 miles, but it might as well be 1,000 miles. I don't know. The one quote in the beginning of the Bronx Tale, when they were in the Bronx, it goes, you might as well be 1,000 miles away. So it's like that in New York City. It's crazy, but there's a lot to do. It's a lot to actually, we should just hop right into that too. So speaking of a lot to do, not skipping over my stuff with Jackie, but we had a great time. Shot some content. Met some really awesome people down in Chaffee's in Springfield, New Jersey. So a lot of great places out in Jersey. I do like Jersey, but so I'm a big fan of Chris DiStefano. If you guys don't know who Chris DiStefano is, he is a stand-up comedian. Some would say up and coming, but I've been following him for a really long time. He's hilarious. He has a great podcast. He's got the podcast with Sal Vulcano from Impractical Jokers, the Hey Babe podcast. It went viral because he thought Tupperware was pronounced Tubberware. That was a thing on TikTok. I think we made a TikTok about that. But so Chris DiStefano, Chrissy Chaos, whatever he's called. I'm a huge Chris DiStefano fan. So I saw that he was in the Comedy Cellar. The Comedy Cellar is a very famous stand-up spot in New York City. So I was like, you know what? He's on the lineup for tonight. Chris Stefano's in the lineup. I didn't really know anybody else on it. So I was like, screw it. $25 cover, 2 items. And we're looking at a fairly expensive evening. But it was well worth it. And I will tell you why. First off, Chris Stefano killed it. But so when you go to these comedy clubs in New York City, it's like, you never know, like somebody could pop in. Like if you go to Gotham Comedy Club, I remember the one time it was like on the news that Kevin Hart popped in the Gotham Comedy Club to do jokes, or when Sebastian was doing the VMAs, he was running material at the Comedy Club, Gotham, Caroline's, I don't know, wherever these guys go in New York. So the Comedy Club is one of those places. You never know who could pop in. And I shit you not, the listeners that sit down. We listen. Opener, or the host comes in, kills it. Forget his name. I'm a bad person. Second guy comes up, kills it. And then host comes back up. He goes, all right, guys, now for the next comic to come up, welcome to the stage, Louis C.K. And everyone just went quiet. We're like, oh yeah, funny joke. Yeah. Ha, clap. Ha, funny joke. And I shit you not, I'm sitting right next to the door where the comics come in. They come in like where everybody else comes in. I look, and walking right in front of me is Louis C.K., one of arguably the best comedians to ever live, the Mount Rushmore of the modern era. It's like, I know he got canceled and yada, 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 but still, like, you can't plan to see Louis C.K. Like, it's a huge deal. I'm a huge stand-up comedian fan. For those of you who know me, like, I don't even listen to music. I listen to podcasts and stand-up comedy. So to see Louis C.K. come up and do 20 minutes of comedy, like, you just hit the lottery for that day. You hit the Powerball. If you're a stand-up comedy fan, you got to see Louis C.K. just kill it. He was absolutely hilarious. For those of you guys who know who Louis C.K. is, like, hilarious, a little dark, but insane. So I got to see Louis C.K. for probably the first and only time of my entire life, which was awesome. Totally love it. And then a couple comics later, Chris Stefano comes on and he absolutely kills it. Really funny. Chris Stefano's hilarious. For those of you guys who don't follow him, check him out for sure. So then rest of the comics go. I was like, all right, that was amazing. It was well worth the money that I just spent at the Comedy Cellar. So we walk up, because it's literally in the cellar. Comedy Cellar's in the cellar. So we walk up the stairs and I see Chris Stefano just chilling on the side of the street, in McDougal Street, wherever street I'm at in Lower Manhattan. I go, oh wow. And then I see a line of people thinking that it's a line to see Chris Stefano, because when I'm not used to New York life. I'm a freaking weirdo in New York City. So I'm used to Buffalo. So in Buffalo, New York, if you go to Helium, you pay money. So Chris Stefano was coming to Buffalo. So I'd pay my $40. I'd go there. I'd watch 2 comics, Chris Stefano do an hour. He would do an hour there, and then you'd wait in line. You'd say, hey, Chris Stefano, I'm a big fan. And you go, I know. And then you turn and you take a picture. It's a photo op. So I'm thinking that. And then what I didn't realize was nobody knew who Chris Stefano was. They were in line to go to some restaurant or to go into the Comedy Cellar for the next show. And I go, oh, so I didn't realize. So I was like, oh man, I gotta say what's up to Chris Stefano. For those of you that don't know, I just had Jimmy Palumbo on the podcast. Really great actor, Jimmy Palumbo. And we talk a little bit now. And he had said that he's friends with Chris Stefano. So like, great. I like meeting people. See, I like meeting famous people and like having an in so I don't seem like a fan. So I saw someone interrupt Chris Stefano, because Chris Stefano was talking to some guy, super silky suit, real Guido type of look, right? He's talking to this guy. We'll get into this in a second. And so I was like, oh, I don't want to interrupt. It looks like they're talking business. And so I wait. I see somebody interrupt them, say hi. So then I go like an asshole, interrupt the conversation that's happening and say, hey, Chris Stefano, just saw your show. Loved it, man. Friends with Jimmy Palumbo, who just was on me. He goes, oh, yeah. And he knew Jimmy. So had a cool conversation with Chris Stefano, asked him for a picture, told him, say, hey, I run the Wooden Spoon. You know, obviously you heard of it, which he hasn't heard of it, but nonetheless. But he goes, oh, you do Italian stuff. You got to talk to this guy. Turns to the right, the guy, the Guido, the real Guinea shit, the real Guido looking guy. It was Jim. What was the name? Oh my God. John A. Light. John A. Light. For those of you guys who don't know, John A. Light was a hitman for John Gotti, alleged hitman for John Gotti back in the day. Chris Stefano just had him on his podcast. So I took John Alate's card, reached out, haven't heard anything back, but it's cool. Got a picture with Chris Stefano, super nice guy. And yeah, that was like, it's like these are the things that like make you love New York City. It's like you're just hanging around like, oh, let's go to the Comedy Cellar tonight. Oh, then we see Louis C.K., meet Chris Stefano and John A. Light, which is like, wow, you can't do that anywhere else in the world. You can't do that anywhere else in the world. But on the other end, it's like you're getting pressured. All the COVID shit's weird here though too. It's totally different than it was in Florida. I'm sure you guys could figure that out. But yeah, I mean, New York's great. We got some fun stuff planned. Visiting the guys from Growing Up Italian this week. That should be a freaking blast. I think, I don't know when you guys are listening, but June 10th, they're hosting a Italian mingle in Little Italy. So you guys should totally check it out. Go on at Growing Up Italian on Instagram. I think all that information for that is there, but I'll be there and yeah, come hang out. It should be a cool meetup. But I don't know really what else to do in New York. What else? I don't even know what else I've planned. I'm gonna probably hang out with my guy Mike Marino. For those of you that don't know Mike Marino, you should know Mike Marino. He's a great stand-up comedian, close friend of mine. Had him on the podcast, been on his podcast. So we're gonna be doing something in a week or two that should be a blast as well. But I'm trying to find like other stuff to do in New York. So if you guys have any recommendations, hit me up on Instagram. Let me know. Going to the beach, Jones Beach out here. Also, I need beach recommendations for New York City. I don't know where you guys are listening from, but if you guys know Long Island, New York City, hit me up with the beach recommendations. I miss boxing so much right now, so I'm taking like a month off. So what I figured I would do is that every boxing gym, usually you could go get a free trial class. So I'm lining up while I'm here, just free trial classes every couple of days. And I just did my first one. I'm going to shit on this gym. I don't want to. I hate shitting on businesses. This isn't a small owned business. This is a very large corporation. So it's a gym. I went there to take a trial kickboxing class. I miss boxing. Never done a kickboxing class before. A little bit at my gym in the Niagara Falls. Shout out to Casales in Niagara Falls, best boxing gym in the world. But so I want to tell you the name of this. So think of the biggest MMA organization in the world, their gym. So I'm at their gym and you think like, oh, this is going to be legit. It's probably going to be pricey, but I'm taking my free trial kickboxing class. Well, let's see what's going on. So I filled out the form online. Somebody texted me. This guy texted me, hey, you'll set up your class. What do you want to do? So I'll say, I've been boxing for a long time. So I was like, let me do do you have like an advanced boxing or kick? He's like, we got a kickboxing class. Like, okay, let's do that. And then that was it. Booked it Friday, 11 o'clock. I just did that today. And so I walk in, got my mask on. I don't know the protocol with everything. Like it looks like half the people in there have masks, half people don't. So I'm just wearing mine, being courteous. And I go to the front desk and there's a kid at the front desk. And I go, hey, it's my first time here. I signed up for a trial kickboxing class. He goes, have you been here before? And I go, no, I signed up for a trial kickboxing class. This is my first time here. Like totally didn't listen to me. And so he goes, oh, just go to the iPad, fill that out. I go, okay. So I looked at the iPad. It had my email in there. So technically I was in the system. So I just registered and then signed in that I was there. I go, okay, so what do I do now? And the guy's like, I don't know. Like, dude, you work at the gym. Like this guy like seemed like he just walked off the street, saw nobody was working the front desk at the gym and go, you know what? I'm going to work the front desk at the gym today. Okay. So he goes, oh, go to that guy over there. So there's a clear area where they try to sell people on memberships. So he goes, go to that computer over there, sign into the kickboxing class and talk to that guy. And so I talked to another guy over there. He goes, no, you got to go back to the front. Like there was no like standard operating procedures. That's what I'm used to. I'm used to going in, signing in, taking my class, going home, being sweaty. So I was like, okay. And so I talked to that guy. He goes, oh yeah, you're all set. I go, okay, where's the class? And he goes, I don't know. Like, dude, it's you work in the gym. You should know where the kickboxing class take place. So I asked somebody else. He goes, oh, the gym's over. Kickboxing area is over there. And I go, is there a bathroom, like a locker room? He goes, oh yeah, it's over there. Like, I'm used to like when you get sold on gym, they walk you through the whole gym. They show you up and down everything, the equipment, where everything is, like, because they want you to buy a membership. So I'm not used to this. So I have my bag. So I've never done kickboxing before. I've strictly done boxing and I've wrestled. So I've got boxing shoes, hand wraps, gloves, mouth guard. So I think I'm ready to go. And I forgot that when kickboxing, you need shin guards, and I don't have shin guards. I've never kickboxed before. So I go to the area. I see somebody else that has the logo of the place that I'm at. Like, hey, I signed up for a kickboxing class. Oh yeah, your coach will be there in a little bit. And I'm looking at like it's 10 minutes to class. This guy's not even there to say hey or like he's just showing up right on time and whatever. So he goes, oh, you got gear? I go, yeah. He goes, oh, you got shin guards? I go, nah. He goes, just wait for your coach. So I wait for the guy putting on the session, and he goes, hey, he goes, you're new. I go, yeah. He goes, you got your gear? I go, yeah. I said, I don't have shin guards. He goes, shin guards? Like, dude, I don't fucking know that I need shin guards. The guy texted me and said, you're good to come to this class. So he goes, oh, go look around the cubby section. Like, I don't want to use anybody else's nasty shit. Like, dude, I'm just going to steal somebody's shin guards. I'm not about. So I see the first guy I talked to was super nice. I go, hey, this guy said I need shin guards and I should look in the cubby. He goes, give me a sec. And so this guy, nice enough, went and found me shin guards. And I go back with the gym shin guards, and he goes, where'd you get those? And I go, dude, you told me to look for shin guards. I asked this guy, he got me shin guards. And it was like a big deal. Like, I go, this is not a good first impression to come to the gym. But I took the class. Everybody in the class was nice. Got a good workout in, and I don't think I'll be going back. So I said, gave my shin guards back. But so we're looking for also, if you guys are listening in the Queens, Long Island area, I need a good boxing gym. I need to mix it up, do some sweet science. Yeah, so that's kind of been my thing lately. Just kind of wanted to update you guys on everything. Didn't have a guest this week for the podcast, so I came in solo. Your boy comes in solo sometimes. We're here to have a good time, but we'll have guests coming in for the next couple of weeks. I've got some fun stuff lined up, trying to book some studios in the city, get some cool guests on while I'm here. And yeah, but speaking of boxing, this is another thing I want to touch on. Logan Paul is fighting Floyd this weekend, so that should be fun. But on the celebrity boxing thing, who's this dude Corey B, some weird ass TikToker? He's calling out Paulie Malignaggi. Paulie Malignaggi's been on the show. We love Paulie Malignaggi. He's a 2-time world boxing champ. This TikToker is calling out like a legit boxer. So here's my thing. I'll fight Corey B. I'll knock him out within 2 rounds. And that'll be for my boy Paulie Malignaggi. So if you guys want to share this with Corey B, whoever that guy is, knock him out in 2 rounds. Just saying. But that should do it. I also don't say enough that you guys should totally thank you guys for subscribing. We had a record-breaking month in May. So pumped that there's tens of thousands of you guys listening. I really, really appreciate it with all my heart. And I could only ask that you guys go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us there. We've got fun content coming up there, vlogs, cooking shows on there too. And follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all the social medias. We're always having sales on the store, updating you guys on products, putting out funny stuff. So please follow us on Instagram, and Instagram and YouTube would be the main 2 that I would love for you guys to follow me on. I really appreciate that. And like I said, get your forget about it spoons, 15% off using code DAD. Get your big wooden spoons. Get your shirt. This is the Off Italia shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. And share this podcast with your fellow Italian American friends, your family. We'll joke about it. There's always fun stuff, Italian shit that happens. I tried to make vodka sauce and failed miserably. I tried to make vodka sauce based off somebody's TikTok, and it came out like shit. I hate this, but I ended up fixing it. You got to just roll with the punches. You got to fix it. Or sauce didn't taste like anything, so I put more heavy cream in there, the salt, the pepper. What else did I add to it? A little bit of sugar, because apparently Tutarosso tomatoes are sour. This is a thing now, so I got to find the sweeter tomatoes. But as for me, I think that wraps up this episode of The Sit Down. Like I said, guys, thank you so much for listening. Record-breaking month in May. Let's double it in June. But to the fathers out there, or to the daughters, to the sons, the nieces, the nephews, the grandchildren, get your dad something nice from the woodenspoonstore.com and use code DAD for 15% off. But I love you guys. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Ciao, ciao.